Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna. Welcome back to the latest news update from Spain and Benidorm region. We are on the Levante Beach right now. It's raining quite a lot, but even so, as you can see behind my backs, there are quite some people walking and enjoying their stay in here. Today I have a very important news for you, and also I finally will say what my position is. Although I've been talking about it already in some comments, but people were sending me Instagram messages and private messages asking what my position is, what I think on respect with the situation between the two countries, that is Russia and Ukraine. Some people were also asking me if I was Russian, and today I'll answer all these questions very shortly, because I know you come here for the positivity. First of all, if I'm Russian or not. No, I have Russian roots, which means that my family, my grandmothers, my parents, they are coming from Russia, better to say Soviet Union. However, I was born and raised in Lithuania, and I have Lithuanian nationality and citizenship, which means that no, technically I'm not Russian and I've never been living in Russia. However, I do want to say that it does not really mean if you're Russian or not, because I know a lot of Russian people here in Spain and in all other countries worldwide. They are totally saying no to the actual situation. They are against what's happening in Ukraine. My official position is that I don't think, and I'm 100% sure, that there are no things, nothing that could justify what is happening in that country. Nothing that could justify the horror and the situation that children are seeing, that babies are living in right now, that families are living in, families are separated. It's a hard and awful situation in there. So obviously I'm against it. I'm totally against violence of any kind of type at all, 100%. And I don't think there's nothing in the world that could say, okay, this makes any sense, this is why they're doing so. No, totally against that. This being said, we are also collaborating with a lot of companies here in Benidorm. There's been a peaceful walk in Benidorm at the end of last week. There are a lot of shops that are gathering products and first aid needs as well. There are a lot of trucks coming out of here. We're collaborating with the municipal hall, so we're doing everything we can to help refugees that are coming to our country, or people that are stuck in their country or on the border right now. So my position official is, as you could have seen, I'm totally against all this. This being said, I'm not going to repeat it anymore here on the channel. I know it's a very important issue. However, I do feel that our channel is about Benidorm. It's about everything that is going on here. It's about tourism. People need positivity in their lives right now, because it's not easy for no one, basically. It's a hard situation, so people search for some positive vibes online, and this is what this channel is all about. So I'm not going to speak about this situation anymore here on the channel, because we want our lives to be a little bit more positive than they are right now in this hard situation. This being said, it starts to raining like it never did here for a really long time. So let's continue with the situation update. You know that cases are decreasing. Right now we've had more or less for Saturday 22,400 new cases, which are dropping. The index is not decreasing as fast as it was before, which was like 100 cases each day less. Right now, it just decreases by 22 points, by 40 points, something like this. And the index is 463 points per every 100,000 people. About the masks on the inside, I know a lot of you are waiting for this great news, especially if you're coming very soon to Benidorm. And what I want to say is that the both President and the Ministry of Health here in Spain, they will be reuniting themselves on a huge meeting this Thursday with all autonomic regions. And they will be talking about whether to eliminate basically the mask indoors starting from the next week. So this week is somehow crucial in this sense, because both Catalonia, Andalusia, Castilla-La Mancha and few other regions are already in favor of eliminating them. Other regions still wanna wait and see what will be happening. However, it's quite probable that in week or 2 weeks time maximum, we won't have the masks on the inside already. So stay tuned. Don't miss this Wednesdays and Fridays news update, especially Friday's one, because it's quite probable we'll have some good news for then. Fingers crossed. The rain has almost stopped, so let's continue with our news. The second news that I wanted to share with you all is the story of our Poniente Beach, something that you cannot actually see because it's covered with rain right there inside of the clouds. What I wanted to say is that our Poniente side, you know, it's more considered like a residential area. However, right now in the recent few years, it's living a total metamorphosis. I think it's called the total transformation to the better side. I have here a picture of 10 years more or less, which is when a lot of the Poniente side areas were just forest, a lot of green areas and mountains. It was basically empty, which is why I get why a lot of people and tourists were choosing Levante Beach for their holidays, because it's full of bars, restaurants, cafeterias, a lot of nice and amazing hotels, and a lot to do in here, which we cannot say quite a lot about the Poniente Beach. Right now in the recent years, it's been totally transforming itself. There are at least 5 huge skyscrapers that have been constructed in the last few years for more than 20 floors high each one. And it's being transformed in a way that they want to equal it to the Levante Beach, which is going to be difficult because a lot of people are used to coming here. However, they're trying their best. More and more both residential houses and full-time for the whole entire year properties are being built, as well as some tourist and vacational apartments and apart hotels. More and more bars and businesses are opening up on Poniente area as well. Here on the screen you can see the second picture on how more and more buildings are emerging there on the Poniente side. Let me know if some of you were or are considering to choose the Poniente Beach for your next upcoming holidays. And if it is like this, let me know why you prefer the Poniente side to the Levante Beach. Would be very interesting to see what you think in the comments. And the last news comes once again from our lovely, however cloudy and rainy today, Benidorm town. There has been some modifications in terms of electric scooters and segways here in Benidorm. It's an extremely popular way of moving and very comfortable, I must say, to move in town, especially during festive days or summer months when it's basically impossible to find any single parking space, even a paid one, here in Benidorm town. Which is why more and more companies are emerging and they're offering scooters, electric scooters for a very, very affordable price, even per hours if you need it like this. However, Benidorm Police and Benidorm Municipal Hall are not dreaming, they're not sleeping, and they are changing the laws constantly. What these rental companies wanted to do is to put a lot of fixed parking places all over Benidorm, to put the scooters there, and by using just a simple mobile phone app, just putting there the number, the details, and paying like this very comfortably, I must say, you could rent the scooter and just leave it wherever the next parking space is. Benidorm Municipal Hall has said, no way we will be doing that. Although a lot of other touristic cities here do have this option, Benidorm denied it completely. They're not going to approve this new law. So it's not going to be the case. Also, what they were saying is they're going to regulate a lot more the rental companies, and that they are doing everything as per the law, as the law dictates. For example, not only scooters need to have an insurance just in case something happens and it's going to be broken, but also those people who will be booking, they will need to contract an insurance with this rental company as a civil type of insurance, just in case they are going with the Segway or with the scooter somewhere and they get in an accident. So they themselves, not only the scooter, needs to be protected. Also, obviously, a helmet, not necessary to say because it's obligatory everywhere for a long time already. And some more things like lights, and some sound, you know, on the scooter, just in case you want to say to people in front that you are coming, you know, that they need to go slightly towards the side. I'm quite sure a lot of you do know, but just in case, scooters are not able to go down the simple pedestrian alleys. So they need to go either by a bike trail or by road where the cars go. It's totally forbidden to go, for example, like here, down the Levante Beach, to go where pedestrians are walking. So you need to take that into consideration. Also, police will be putting some fines between 80 and 500 euros for the companies and for people who are not following the rules. All that is not being done to make people not to rent these things, you know. All this is being done because there's been quite a lot of accidents lately here in Benidorm and in Valencian community in general, where segways or more scooters were involved and people got into hospitals. So, which is why police are very careful with that, and they're trying to make sure that people understand that this is not just a simple device. It might cause injuries, and make sure that everything is done as it should be, following the rules. Teenagers less than 16 years old won't be able to go by themselves with a scooter. This is also a very important thing, especially if you're coming with grandchildren or children and they want to rent one to explore our lovely town. Make sure that you go with them, because for children less than 16, it's not possible to rent, or it's not going to be, better to say, possible to rent a scooter just by themselves. They'll need to be accompanied by at least one adult. And now, last but not least, what about the weather? What's waiting for all those of you who will be coming to Benidorm during this week? Well, good news is that starting from tomorrow, second part of the day, the weather will be getting better. Today, however, we might still get some rain here in Benidorm town. It's not cold as in the winter. However, we do have only 14 degrees today here in town. This type of weather, as today, cloudy and stormy, will be in quite some parts of the Mediterranean area, including center, south and north parts, as you can see on this first map. Today on midday, there might even be a little bit of sunshine, and tomorrow even more than today. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday is going to be sunny with just a tiny bit of clouds. So you will be able to enjoy some sunshine if you will be coming here during these days. And starting from Sunday, what they show is this. A lot of rain in all parts of Spain. However, it's still early to say if it's going to be the case or not, because you know that just in a few days' time, things might change drastically. Just look on how the Poniente Beach is looking on today. There's a lot of rain still in that part of Benidorm. What about the temperatures? The cold is still continuing with us. For us, it's quite cold, just 14 degrees, as I've mentioned to you earlier. However, it will be getting better during this week once the sun will come out. Today here, 14, Alicante 13, Barcelona 14, Granada 15, Malaga and Sevilla between 18 and 20, Madrid 11, Murcia 14, Balearic Islands 17, Canarian between 20 and 22. However, even the rain, even the storm, even all this little bit of ugly weather that we have in here is not stopping on people of enjoying our town. There are quite a lot of them walking down the Levante Beach here and enjoying the fresh air and looking to these spectacular and amazing Mediterranean sea views that we have right behind our backs. Thank you all for watching. I wish you a lovely and positive day of today, and I'll see you in the new video tomorrow here on the channel. Bye everyone.